Hi, it's Rob from the Bush and Boltgun. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to paint a Fire Angels chapter badge. Okay, so paint this chapter badge, you only need two colours. The first is going to be Vallejo Black, but any black will do, so if you're using Citadel Black or anything like that, that's fine. All you want to be doing is painting the first part with a vertical line down the centre of the pauldron. You want to make sure that's quite smooth and wide enough so that once you've got the shape of it completely perfect, you can then add the red to the inside. I'm going to try and square off those end sections a little. At the moment here I'm using a Citadel medium layer brush. That's because the point on these brushes is pretty good. They do hold the point pretty well, provided you're not trying to do lettering or anything like that. They are, I think, an ideal brush for painting up miniatures. So now we're going to add the cross piece. You want to make sure that this is halfway down the line, so if you want to work that out and mark it with a pencil or anything, you can do, or you can play it by eye. Just get roughly where it is, and then you can always adjust it slightly by adding the silvery metallic behind to move that up or down depending on how you've put it on. Two main things: because it is a cross shape, you do want to make sure that the angles in between the horizontal and the vertical are 90 degrees, otherwise it will look quite wonky straight away. So it's worth making sure that you get that proper cross in the middle there. Now once you're quite happy and you've squared the ends off of each of those verticals and horizontals, you're then going to be adding a little cross line just shy of the end of each section. Yeah, and the little cross piece on there, try and get those as square as possible when you're adding them on. Again, it doesn't matter too much because you can go back and just touch that up with the silver once you've finished these layers. What you may also find is when you're putting these cross pieces on is that they are slightly rounded at the ends or also slightly on a skew. That's not too bad. If they are slightly wonky or slightly off center, you can just make them slightly bigger so it covers the areas that you'd want the black to be in, and then touch that up with the silver to square it off. Now you can see on this section here I have squared off the crosses a little bit. Use a little bit of silver just to square that off because we're just working on the actual symbol itself. You didn't see that part here. Now we're going to use Citadel Mephiston Red. And we're going to do the interior of the cross. All you're doing is filling out exactly the same space, but you're leaving a thin black line around all of the red. Now with most chapters where you'd have one chapter badge on one pauldron, with the Fire Angels you have the chapter badge on both shoulders. So you get double the chance to practice. So if you're doing a squad, you'll have done it 20 times by the end. Unless you use the studded shoulder badge, in which case you won't. Now you can see how that's shaping up there. Just make sure you get the red interior completely smooth so you've got a nice straight line, black around it. But again, if you do overshoot and you go over part of the black, You can just get a little tiny bit of black on your brush and then you can ease that back into place. Now on the final section here, we're just going to fill up these little corner parts with the red. Just go around and check all of those cross pieces, all of the red areas, to make sure that we have indeed filled in all of the cross. I'm doing a thing here where when you look at the shoulder pad, you'll see me keep raising it up and looking at it square on. That's just to check whether or not things are still straight and in line, whether corners are squared, that kind of thing. Now we're just going to be using a little bit of Vallejo Black just to touch up those edges. The areas where we've gone into the black with either the red or the silver. Just reapply that, get the line as thick as all the rest of them, like so. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. Also, think about subscribing to some of our other social media linked below. Thanks very much.